you doing out there, guitar heroes? Today we're going to talk about the G chord and different variations of how it can be played. The G chord is the first chord that's in the key of G, which is probably one of the most common keys with G in it, and so it's a good one to learn right off the bat. The major chords that are in the key of G are G, C, and D. And then there's three minor chords that also can be found in there. But today we're going to concentrate on the G chord and some of the other options you have for playing it, and or positions that you'll see in the future for certain songs that it's used for. All right, so let's zoom in and let's take a look at the G chord. Okay, so let's take a look at the positions and the alternative positions of a G chord. So you probably learned this position right here. And that is the first finger, the pointer finger's on the second fret of the A string, which is down 1. And then we got our second finger on the third fret of the G string. And then our third finger is on the third fret of the little e. And we have that sound. Okay. Option number 2 is we're going to move our third finger up one string from the bottom to the B string, and I'm going to lay down my little finger where that finger was. And then I have that option. It doesn't sound, it's not an exact replacement, so in other words, some songs I'll use it and then other ones I won't because it doesn't sound right. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so we've got those two open positions there in the third fret, and then we've got our D chord position, and if we take that up to the 7th fret, we've got a G2. And there's not a whole bunch of songs that I know that use it like this. I know there's one Beatles song that uses this rather than this G. So that's the third option for a G chord. Then we have what we call bar chords. And I'm not going to get into detail with that, but I just want to expose you to other ways to play the G chord. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bar on the 3rd fret. I'm going to put my second finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, which is 3 up from the bottom, and then I'm going to go down to the next fret and I'm going to put my 2 other fingers on the 5th and the 4th string from the bottom, and I'll lay that bar down, and I have an alternate method of playing a G. And it usually takes a little while before you get into bar chords, but I just wanted to expose you of the different options that you have for playing a G. So we've got this. We got the 3 finger, or we don't want to play all the strings up here, only the first 3 really seem like they sound the best. And then we've got our 4 finger G. And then go to our 3 finger G. Not a huge difference in sound, except you get that kind of harmony from these 2 strings. So there's 4 different options of playing a G chord. Now, like I said before, G always goes with a C and a D. So C is another common chord that you usually want to learn right off the bat, and then D. So there you've got some options to play with a little bit as you're learning your basic G, and then a couple of other options when you play the G chord. So there's other spots, I guess, is really what I'm trying to say here. And that's you know, something that you're going to use as you mature and you move into other types of songs where you might want to play that bar chord, which is a little chunkier kind of sound. As opposed to this. So that's one reason why. And then you know, the other one up here, obviously, that's because you're playing much higher. So as an example, if somebody's playing a G chord like this, the other person, rather than playing the same thing, might want to do that as an example. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to get to, is what are the different variations of a G. It's really an important chord. Like I said, it's probably the most popular chord in music as far as the key of G, which typically means G. Now there's another key of D, I think, that G's in as well, which, you know, doesn't really mean much. But the G's a common chord that's in, I think it's in the key of F or C as well. So there's 3 keys I can just think of right off the top of my head that G is used, and hopefully that'll help you get started with the G chord and make that work with the other chords that are in the key. All right, hope you got something out of this lesson, and we'll talk to you soon. Keep on strumming out there.